Okay, so good afternoon, students. So we are going to discuss a new chapter that is linear equation in two variable. Sorry, linear equation in one variable. So we will be discussing about it. So first of all, taking to the introduction about what is linear equation. So let's start from basic, how these dots are connected. So just let's start from basic, how these dots gets connected. So first of all, we learn about expression. What is an expression? So an expression is the combinations of variables and constants. Now for more detail about variables and constants, I would deeply prefer you to go and watch the lectures of algebra. We have discussed these small topics thereon. After that, we have made an expression. We go on to formulate definition for equation. An equation is nothing but when we equate expression to zero, like we have some sort of expression ax square plus b. Now this is an expression. Now when we equate it to some value, in general zero, then it is now this particular thing is called equation. Understand? Now if the degree of the equation is 1, then it is called linear. This also we have discussed about the degree and linear in our algebra classes. Now, nevertheless, if you have seen this expression, what we see is the power here is 2, which is the greatest power, which is the highest power. Therefore, the degree of this particular equation is 2, which is called quadratic. If it would have been 1, like some sort of ax plus b, if we equalize it to some value, let's say c, then this is called your linear, since the maximum power of variable is 1. So it is linear. Okay. Now if there is only one variable in the equation, then it is called linear equation in one variable. Now if there is only one variable. If you talk about linear equation, it can also be ax plus by, where a and b are some constant. Remember, a can be 5, 4, 3, 2, and anything. X and y are variables. Now for more definition about variables and constant, please go and watch video of algebra. Now this is called linear equation in two variables, since there are two variables, x and y, associated with it. Now if we would have a single variable associated, like we have here, only x is associated. Therefore, it is single variable, one variable. Therefore, it is called linear equation in one variable. Now, I've just given a note so that students don't find difficulty learning this. All the terms related to the dark one is already been discussed in your algebra classes. So for now, we shall move forward. Okay, so moving forward, we have importance and application. Now, this is very obvious question. Whatever we learn should have some objective, should have some goal. We should have some use from it. What is the use of linear equations, especially in one variable? So the use is like whenever you will go on to solve different chapters, different sections of mathematics and sciences, and eventually in the arithmetic part also, you will have to use concepts related to linear equations, which would help you to find the unknown. What happens is in life also, sometimes you don't know everything. You have something which is not known. But finding the relations between the known ones, we get the value of unknown as well. Now, that is actually a process of solving linear equations. So ultimately, this has a use in sciences and mathematics. In this course, particularly in this chapter, we are going to more emphasize on how to solve and form linear equations. Since the first step of any question is to form a linear equation. After that, we go on to solve it. Now, for solving linear equations, for solving questions related to this, we need to have some emphasis on the conceptual demands from other chapters. It could be from mensuration, it could be from related to areas and all. So there is a many thing which is related, which we should know here. Going forward to the next slide, this is where the main crux of the chapter lies. How to solve linear equation. Now there is very simple methodology to solve linear equations. We would start it by just taking out the simplest form. So what is the simplest form of a linear equation? It could be, this is ax plus b, where a and b are constant. Constant means it could be any number. It could be any real number. Now, while solving linear equations, there is a need to take terms from left hand side. What is left hand side? If we write any sort of expression, 2x plus 5 is equal to 11 minus 3x. So if this is my equation, whatever is written on the left hand side, this is called LHS. Left hand side. This is called RHS. So our main objective while solving the linear equation is to put all the terms which has a variable with it to one side and all the constant terms to the other side. This is our main motivation, right? So what we do now, in order to fulfill this motivation, we need to take this minus 3x to this side, this plus 5 to this side, or vice versa, but you have to take variables to one side and you have to take constant to one side. So you see that there is an exchange, like you're taking something from this part to that part. Now this is not so simple to take anything from this part to that part. There is some sort of rule which through which we do this transpose. Now that rule is basically the exchange of operators. These rules we would be discussing in our next slide. These rules will be discussed in the next slide. That is exchange of operators. So what happens here is nothing but the operators are reversed whenever we transpose or whenever we change, take the variable or the constant, basically take the term from one side to other side. So there is change like plus changes to minus whenever we change the term from LHS to RHS or RHS to LHS. Plus changes to minus and minus changes to plus. This is change. Like we have 2x plus 5 is equal to 7. Now we want that the variable should be at one side and the constant should be one side. So we have variable at one side, but constant are both sides. So we want that this 5 should go here to the RHS. Now while taking plus 5 to RHS, what we need to do is plus 5 will change to minus 5. Thus, it would become 2x is equal to 7. Now this plus 5 has gone here. It has become minus 5. So this exchange has taken. The same happens with multiplication and division. Multiplication changes to division and division changes to multiplication. Like we have 3x is equal to 15. Here 3 is multiplied to x. So when 3 is transferred to RHS, why? Now the question is, why do we need to transfer it to RHS? I told you we should have total variable at one side, total constant at other side. Now here 3 is constant, x is variable. So in order to find x, we want this 3 to come this side, which leads what? Here 3 was in multiplication, now it has become division. So x is equal to 15 divided 3, that is nothing but 5. Right? So therefore you get x to be equal to 5. Okay. Moving forward, this is a sort of short video since you know the basics of how to solve this. We would discuss a couple of questions here. I will just tell you. So 5x plus 9, 5x minus 9 is equal to 3x plus 19, minus 3x plus 19. This particular thing is the LHS. This particular thing is the RHS. What is our motivation? Our motivation is to take the right hand side, all the variables to one side, all the constant to one side. So what is written? Transpose all variable on one side of the equation. I told you this is our, and all the constant to the other side. Now by transpose we mean to shift the variables from one side of the equation to the other side of the equation, as I told you. In this method of transposition, what we do, the operand gets reversed. So 5x minus 9 is equal to minus 3x plus 19. Here we need to take minus 3x to LHS. So minus 3x sign will change. So it was minus here, it will get plus here. So 5x minus 9 plus 3x. Minus 3x has become plus 3x. Now we add it. So 5x plus 3x is 8x. This is algebraic addition. We have already discussed in the chapter of algebra. Now we want this minus 9 constant to come here. So here it was minus 9. In a step 2, it will become plus 9. So 19 plus 9 will become 8x is equal to 28. Now what we need, divide the equation with 8 on both the sides. What we do is, in order to remove this 8 here, this was particularly in multiplication, 8 multiply x. Here it has become division, 28 divided. Thus we can get x is equal to 28 by 8 as the solution of this equation. And this comes out to be the final equation when you put it. And how to verify it? There is one more thing which I would need to tell you, that how do we verify the solution. So whatever the solution we get by this particular process, we need to put that into the equation. Now if LHS is equal to RHS, now the condition is that LHS, value of LHS, if it becomes equal to RHS, then your solution is correct. Then your solution is correct. Right? Then your solution is correct. So let me discuss 2 more problems. I'll just discuss it out. Okay, solve for x, 2x minus 4, and this is pretty easy. Now 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, what you will do is minus 4 will be put to right hand side. Minus 4 will change to plus 4. It has changed. 2x is equal to 4. Now you will divide 2. Since 2 multiply x, so you will be dividing to the RHS. When you will take this 2 to the RHS, it will get divided. So 2x by 2. Basically, x is equal to 4 by 2. That is 2. So 2 is the answer. Coming to next question, it is 12 m minus 10 is equal to 6. What does it mean? 12 minus 10 is equal to 6. We would to constant to one side. Therefore, minus 10 will be transposed to the RHS. That is the right hand side. It will become plus. So 12m is equal to 6 plus 10. That is 16. Now we divide it with the constant 12. So we want 12. That is in multiplication with m to get to the RHS. Therefore, this 12 multiplied m becomes division. So it is 16 by 12. By solving it, m is equal to 16 upon 12. It will get cancelled by 4. 4 4 is 16. 4 3 is 12. It becomes m is equal to 4 by 3. Now, in order to verify your solution, kindly put this value of m, that is 4 by 3, in the equation 12m minus 10 is equal to 6. So we see that the RHS value is 6 and the LHS value is 12m minus 10. So you need to put the value of m here and find if it is equal to 6. If it becomes equal to 6, it means that LHS is equal to RHS. That means your solution is correct. Now there is one sort of word problem which I have included to just check or have a brief knowledge how to form linear equation. In the previous 3 questions, we already had our linear equation. We had just to solve it. Now in this question, we will have to formulate the linear equation. The question tells like the length of the legs of an isosceles triangle. So let me I would take, let's say this is your isosceles triangle. And this is called length of the legs. So it is 4. It is 4 meters more than it. Sorry, it is more than its base. So I would just say, let me erase this particular thing. So it means that whatever is the length of base. So let us assume that the base has x. This is the base length. So it is told 4. It is told 4 meters more than its base. So if it is more than its base means x plus 4. Length of one side is x plus 4, and this is also x plus 4. Now it is told that the perimeter is 44. It is told that the perimeter is 44. So if we, what is the expression? What is the meaning of perimeter? Perimeter का मतलब है तीनों length, तीनों side का summation. Therefore, x plus 4 plus x plus 4 and plus x should be equal to 44. That is nothing but the equation which comes out from here. Here x plus 4, you can take it twice. See, this is 2 times. So you can write 2 multiply x plus 4. Now you just go on to solve it using normal algebra. You have a linear equation which is formed here. What do you do? Just keep the constant one side, keep the variables one side, and you solve it. And you get the value of x to be 12. Now this is all how to solve this equation. You have practiced. You should practice more questions from your NCERT or whatever books you follow. Right. And I would strongly suggest that do watch this video if you get any sort of issue. Right. And my suggestion would be to solve more problems from NCERT, since 3 to 4 questions are not enough to be discussed. And just solve from there. And if you find any sort of problem, do comment it. Fine. So this is all from here. Do like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.